There are many different cities and many unique features that make them, well, them. And I've noticed this everywhere I travel. New York City, with its striking yellow cabs, skyscrapers, and subways. Paris, with its sweet macaroons, Eiffel Tower, and fashion sense. And Amsterdam, their tulips, beer, and windmills. Of course, when I traveled this past summer to Amsterdam, as I had done many summers in my life, I had noticed something different. As we drove around the city's center, I had noticed signs hung up. The signs said no public drinking and smoking. The no public urination sign was pretty self-explanatory. I decided to do some digging to see why they had placed these near tourist-filled areas. And soon enough, I had an answer.
Summer of 2022. A large herd of tourists, young and old, who had come on vacation to Amsterdam. During the same time, the airport staff strikes. The extreme overcrowding has indeed helped the economy with a good source of income, but for the residents, it's a different story.
But the only thing is, it's too busy in the city. Too many tourists.
And those living in the city's center have more problems getting to and from work. In May of this year, the Dutch government decided to implement some regulation by hanging up the signs. What they didn't know is that there wouldn't be enough police regulating said new rules.
I don't think they will last because they can never maintain these rules if there's a shortage of policemen on the streets.
Many coffee shops have also received backlash. Under the belief that soft drugs are better than hard drugs, the Dutch government has decided for coffee shops to remain where they are, though only under strict conditions. They must terminate their open-door policy, and this will limit the amount of drugs selling and criminals' activity surrounding the coffee shops. Another thing, even more so affected by this change, is the red light district itself. The red light district is known for its bars, prostitutes, and nightclubs. In an attempt to make the district safer and quieter, the red light district now closes earlier. So, for sex workers, work stops at 3 a.m. instead of 6 a.m. And bars were explicitly told to close at 2 a.m. without allowing any entry at 1 a.m. But there are dramatic consequences to changing those times, as said in the New York Times. Many sex workers say the regulations make them less safe because they have less time to earn enough money to cover the cost of their rooms, pressuring them to accept clients they would otherwise turn down. And bartenders are dealing with the same issues, not enough money flow. Even some civilians agree that the regulations are just unfunctional.
The red light district, we need it because people go elsewhere and that's not safe. And the red light district, you can get it maybe safe.
It will always be an attraction of the city because it's like weed paradise next to the windmills.
Others, not so much.
They want to do to replace them to other places. It's quiet for the people, but it's not easy to do that.
With all this change between drinking, drugs, and the district, there's also another change, one that is not so easily recognized: cars. Yes, bicycles are not the only way these Netherlanders get around, but the difficulty lies between space for cars and space for people.
City center can be like car-free, but if you live there, you need to get there sometimes by car. Just think of moving or having something delivered, so it cannot be totally car-free. Good thing is the electronic vehicles, the rental vehicles. They're really small, and then the bikes and the electronic bikes. But I think the outskirts of Amsterdam shouldn't be car-free because it's just a lot of people commute between their homes and their jobs, and the public transport is not as good as it seems. Because
this additionally lies with problems concerning the economic state of Amsterdam.
You need for the economy also that cars are driving, that customers are going to streets to shop. Without that, a city is dying too, eh?
An article from Northeastern University states that the city plans to set up 5 low-emission zones. This includes only letting electric cars and low-emission run buses into the city's center. But does this make a difference if only cars in the city center are electronic and everywhere else is diesel? Yes. Electronic cars are smaller, which leaves more room in the city's center. Ironically, all 3 citizens I had interviewed all agreed on one main thing. Although these regulations may affect different parts of Amsterdam, inevitably there is the chance it will attract families and young tourists who want to see the beautiful, aspiring, historical, and innovative city many call home.